Welcome to Meet the Ocean Encounters. This episode features Chilean wine specialist Max Morales. Wine in the ocean?
Well, I'm Maximiliano Morales. I'm Chilean. You know where Chile is. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's not Texas. It's Chile in South America, the longest country with the biggest variety of climates you can imagine, from the driest desert in the world to the coldest and rainiest around the world. Right now, I'm the wine specialist of National Geographic Explorer, but before that, to become that big title, I've been through several adventures. I'm a travel and wine writer. I've been trying to count how many columns I've been written, and I got a number about 2,000 columns in over 200 media around the world. I started writing about wine in extreme destinations in Chile. The ocean arrived to my life, I must say, when I was 1 year. My parents are from Concepcion. That's the second largest city in Chile, 500 kilometers south of Santiago. The first port in the Spanish conquering process in Cristobal Columbus. 1492 is the date when he discovered America. But then a few years later, Chile started to shine after the Kingdom of Peru. Chile, it's the land of immigrants, and it's covered from north to south, the shore with the Pacific Ocean. Chile, for me, represents the perfect combination of water, in this case the ocean, Central Valley, and the mountains. We are an island, I think. We are isolated from the world. We have several titles that give us the strength to be so isolated that we have to fight on our own. And for me, I was born in Concepcion, about 10 kilometers from the ocean. And every single Sunday, when we are in Concepcion with my parents, I drive with my dad to buy seafood. We go every single Saturday or Sunday when we are together with my family, and we have a protocol to go to Bentoteca. Bentoteca in Talcahuano is a place where you have restaurants next to the ocean, and then we have the fishermen that they are there. And every time I go, I take photos out of those fishes and seafood. We start with the smoke area, where they sell smoked fish. We usually buy sierra. I don't know the word in English, but it's smoked sierra, and that is it's a humid smoked fish that we slice, and we get usually half a kilo, and we separate to my sisters, me, and my parents. Then we go to the area, we buy mussels. We usually buy locos or cholgas, and then we go to buy fish. Usually buy merluza. The ocean for me represents something that is connected to wine in a very particular way, because I'm a PR consultant. So I was hired once to communicate something very weird. A winery that was producing a wine made of Itata Valley, which is the oldest wine valley in Chile. And that about 1551, when we have the first vines planted in the coast of Talcahuano, Concepcion. And this winery produces a Pinot Noir and a Chardonnay that it's aged in the ocean. How is that possible? Everything starts when you pick the grapes, you produce the wine, you vinify the wine, vinify the grapes, basically. Then you bottle your wine with a cork, and then you put those bottles of wine in the ocean. What creates that in a wine? Basically, we have no oxygen. With that atmosphere, the wine gets an isolated situation in this case, where with no oxygen, with a little bit of movement of the Pacific Ocean, plus certain amount of light, the aging process is totally different from a cellar because it's moving, plus no oxygen, so there's no exchange of oxygen. And this wine, in theory, but in reality, gets an evolution that is totally different from a regular cellar. In the top of that, you can go to a nice restaurant in the coast, in the Quintay area, in Valparaiso region, and you expect to buy seafood. When you're eating your seafood or when you order a menu, they offer you a bottle of Pinot or a bottle of Chardonnay. But the rare thing about this is that the bottle comes and you harvest from the ocean. So there's a guy that gets dressed with a underwater suit, gets into the Pacific Ocean, and based on the wine you select, they harvest and they get the bottle of wine from a special place in the ocean. And then you are in a terrace with a very sunny lunch, and suddenly this guy comes from the ocean and show you the bottle of wine if you agree to buy it. It's not expensive. It's an experience that I think only Chile and France is already offering, but the Pacific Ocean right now it have Quintay where you can pick this wine coming from the ocean. So for me, I never expected to work in wine plus nature plus the ocean. Right now, Chile is producing this type of wine in several areas as a marketing tool. But more than that, it's just an experience where you are looking for something different, that tastes different, that makes you dream about how it was the wine produced. And this is the place where you have to be. You have to travel to Chile, take a bus or drive to Quintay, get to this restaurant and buy that bottle of wine.
This episode of Meet the Ocean was produced by Paul North and me, Andrew Gettings, with sound design by Kelsey Anderson and original music by Vin Gast. Special thanks to Chilean wine specialist Max Morales for his story from the sea. Meet the Ocean is a listener-supported nonprofit. You can find more episodes, underwater videos, and ways to donate to our educational outreach at meettheocean.org. We especially invite you to join our Patreon community. For as little as $1 a month, you can support ocean education while receiving prizes and access to behind-the-scenes content. Find out more at patreon.com/meettheocean. We thank you for listening, and until next time, may the salt water be with you.
Thank you.